Our crops have grown to the next stage and we are ready to get back on with our fertilising. Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to Deutz Fahrm. Now, we have a great demand has popped up on our game, as you can see. It's really close as well. It's at our sell point just there. It's for barley. Remember we used all of our barley to feed our pigs in the last episode? Well, as soon as the episode finished and I sped time up to get our crops growing a bit more, we got a great demand for, yep, you guessed it, barley. So, I mean, we didn't have that much anyway, so it wouldn't really have made that much of a difference, but it's just frustrating. Always get great demands for a crop that I've just sold, or a crop that I don't actually have anything of. And as much as I was hoping we'd earn enough to get our tree, we didn't. As you can see, just had to spend another chunk of cash to get this fertiliser. So, oops. Unfortunately, that's a bit of a no-go. Don't even have enough to really lease a good piece of equipment that could help make us some money. I was thinking of maybe leasing a bale wrapper and making some silage bales, but I can't even afford to lease a wrapper, I don't think, with the money that we have right now. So, and of course when it gets to midnight and our expenses go out, we're going to lose even more money. So that's going to pretty much wipe us out, I think. Put us down to around zero. Bit of a shame, but we'll just have to wait till we can actually sell some crops. Put ourselves in a position where we can then afford to buy another couple of trees and start making, you know, a couple of $100 an hour rather than just, you know, 40. I mean, it's a start, but it's not enough. Not yet. So, never mind, eh? Anyway, on with our fertilising. You can see time is sort of progressing reasonably nicely. Our grass is starting to grow back, so we could look at maybe starting to do a little bit of silage. Our cows have been using up a little bit more straw as well, so we're getting close to being able to actually give them a new bale. You see, just a little bit of frame rate dropping just there. There are certain patches on this map where the frame rate does just tank, unfortunately. And this is one of them, and I'm going all over the place here. Not a very clean application of fertiliser here. Try and get those patches that I missed. There we go. That's that field done. Make our way through here to the next one. I'm looking forward to our first proper harvest with fields that have been ploughed and fully fertilised. See just how much we can actually get. It'll be a good indication of how tough it's going to be to make money on this map. Luckily, you know, our equipment isn't costing us a huge amount of money. I mean, this particular tractor is obviously, it's an old tractor, so its maintenance costs are going to be higher than a brand new tractor of equivalent size and power. But it's not too bad. Same with the Same Fortis. You know, it could be costing us, you know, a lot less if we had something a bit more modern. But then it would completely go against the theme of the farm. So I'm happy to pay that little bit extra to get the equipment that I want to use. And once again, I'm not being particularly efficient with that application of fertiliser. It gets a bit harder to see each time the crop grows. It gets that little bit thicker and a little bit harder to actually see through to check where your fertiliser is already applied. the next stage of soybean makes it almost impossible to see. We bounce our way along this little dirt track here and make our way over to field 22. It's amazing how much the map just falls away in some places. I mean, you can see how high we are in comparison to where those fields are, and yet we go around the corner having barely gone downhill at all, and you can see the difference in height. It is quite severe in places. I like it though. It's a nice little feature of this map, I think, the way the terrain is mapped. There we go. Put our back line in. We'll do one along the top as well when we get there. This is canola. This is much easier to see. Actually, we don't need to do headland along the top. We'll just turn around up here instead. Try and be a bit more efficient with our fertilising this time out, not waste. Yeah, we're going to need one more application on the way back down. There we go, that's another field done. So I think it'll take us literally a few minutes to get these fields done, which is quite nice in some respects. It does mean I have to think of something else to do for the rest of the episode. I'm not 100% certain what that's going to be just yet. I may well do a little bit of mowing. If we've got any grass that we can mow. I think I mowed pretty much all of our fields that could be mowed, so I don't know if there's any fields I can actually go in there and mow. There are some grass verges that we could attack if we wanted to, so we're not completely without options when it comes to that, but I think what I'd like to do is probably, we've still got a couple of silage bales left. I think I'll probably just take those to the BGA and sell those and use that money to buy another tree or two. We should get, you know, I think it's $980 per bale, so if we sell 2 bales, it's still not going to be enough, but it will get us a lot closer. And then, you know, maybe we've got quite a lot of straw bales. We could even sell a couple of straw bales as well, and make a bit of extra cash that way. Get enough to buy a second tree, get that placed, get that watered and fertilised with some manure, and say double our hourly income from our little apple orchard that we're starting up. Need to make sure that the trees are placed in a good position. Actually, that is something we could do as well. We could actually start to let's wait for that car to go through. We could transfer some manure over to that shed that's in that field, and we can actually start dumping some manure over there, so we don't have to lug it all the way over there every time. That's something that we can do. Who knows, we could even maybe cut down another tree. But I don't want to cut down trees just for the sake of cutting down trees. Now, if I'm going to cut down any more trees, I do kind of want them to be cut down for a purpose, you know, because they're going to be in the way somewhere, or they're going to look to maybe stop us from combining some fields, or something along those lines. There needs to be a reason to cut a tree down, not just, and I'm short on money, let's go lumberjacking. I'm not really a big fan of just chopping trees down. I could have actually gone through at the top there. Never mind, we'll do it just here instead. See, there is that shed. It's just crying out to have manure dumped all over it. I'm seeing this more and more again. I mean, it was an issue that I noticed quite early on in the game when it first came out, especially on Goldcrest. A lot of maps, sorry, a lot of fields that were AI owned wouldn't harvest completely. You know, they would leave a line around the edge of the field of the crop, and if you had withering turned on, then you would see that, you know, just sit there as a withered crop, you know, as a kind of a border with the new crop inside that. And I'm starting to see it happen a lot again on AI fields. I've been seeing it recently on Estancia Lapacho on our Platinum Edition farm. Seeing it here on this one. You can see we've actually got, you know, that little line. There's another field there. Look, you can just see a little bit of the previous harvest not collected. I'm not entirely sure what causes that, why that happens. It does seem a little bit strange. Maybe it's just the way that the field is programmed, and that doesn't actually, you know, that little part of the field doesn't count. I mean, that is, I think, original starting crop from what was first planted when the map was first loaded. I might be wrong. It might have already gone through a new crop change since then, but it does seem a little weird. And I didn't see it happen for a long time, and now I'm starting to see it happen all the time again. And I'm not entirely sure why it happens. I think whatever has happened, I think it's been caused by the 1.5.3 patch, which, as always, when you patch something to fix something, you more often than not inadvertently end up breaking something else in the process. And I think that's exactly what's happened with this. I do know that the patch broke wheel support and controller support for PC users when it went live, and there was a hot patch or a hot fix put out, you know, pretty quickly, within 24 hours, to address that issue. But you know, for a little while, you know, PC players were just, you know, raging because every single one of their wheels and controllers stopped working. Didn't matter if they were using a Logitech wheel, either a G27 or a G29. Didn't matter if they were using the Cytec wheel and the side panel, or if they were using, you know, a Thrustmaster wheel or a controller. Nothing worked. It was just keyboard and mouse that worked, causing all sorts of issues. A lot of angry comments from directed at Giants when that happened. But as I said on Estancia Lapacho, when I kind of touched on this topic, having no experience with game coding, but having some experience with coding VBA in Excel, I do know just how easy it is to inadvertently break something while you're fixing something else, because I've done that plenty of times myself. While debugging code, I found something that needed to be fixed, and I fixed it, and making that change inadvertently breaks the code somewhere else down the line. And I think that's just essentially what's happened with the 1.5.3 patch. You know, there was a previous version, you know, where an early version of the game where it had this issue with crops not being collected properly off the edges of fields, on AI fields. It seemed to stop, so that suggests that they found, you know, what was causing that and patched it, and now they've changed the base code to bring seasons in, and I think they've probably inadvertently overwritten whatever was causing, you know, overwritten the fix that solved the issue with new code for seasons, which has left that issue, you know, a window to resurface again. That would be my interpretation of what's happened. I may be completely wrong on that, but I think, personally, I think that's what's happened. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't change or break the game in any way. It just looks a bit weird, and you only see it on some fields. You don't see it on all fields. So you can see this one here. Look, this one's absolutely fine. But yeah, it is one of those strange little bugs. Right, let's get in here. This is the final field. Can we get it all done before we run out of fertiliser? I'm going to guess the answer is no. We didn't last time, although I have been a little bit more careful this time out. I tried to be a little bit more efficient, so we might just squeeze this whole field in. But if we make a mistake, then it's sort of game over in that respect. So you have to be really careful. Oops. I just wasted a little bit of fertiliser just there that we couldn't really afford to. There we go. And have we got enough? No, we've got 2 passes left, and I've got probably just enough to scrape 1. That's unfortunate. Get as far as I can. Oh, there we go, that's it. I'm going to have to top it up, so... our way back to the fertiliser point. There it is. Just put a little bit of fertiliser in there, that'll do. Like I say, we're pretty close to being able to afford that extra tree, so I don't want to waste all of our money filling up a fertiliser spreader that isn't going to be used for a while now. This is the 3rd and final stage of fertiliser going onto our crops, so we won't need this again now till our next round of planting is up to stage, is ready for stage 2. So yeah, it would be a long wait, and just money that's, you know, we could have used somewhere else, just sitting inside the spreader doing nothing. So there we go. Right, our fields are now fully fertilised, I think. Let's just double check the map. So they can see field 2, the grass field that we repurposed just there, 22, 18, 16, 4, oops, and 8, all fertilised properly. And then these other blue patches, these are our grass fields that we did some mowing on. And of course mowing removes that plough status and also gives us stage 1 fertilisation. So that's why we have those light blue patches there. Let's put this away, and then we'll switch over to the Fortis and we'll start loading up on some manure. There we go, but before we do that, let's close that up. Let's put some proper wheels back on our AgroStar, because we're going to use this to pull the trailer. So, do I want wide tyres? Yeah, why not? Let's put wide tyres on. Look at those big fat rear tyres. Right. Let's get our trailer. And let's park just here. Like that. Let's go get our not AgroStar, that is the AgroStar. Let's go get our Same Fortis. Let's check our cows as well, briefly. What's our straw level looking like? Nearly there. Nearly enough space to justify putting a bale in there. Not quite enough at the moment. So I need the front loader arms. There we go. We need our manure fork. And now we need to start scooping the poop. Can't actually see what I'm doing, which doesn't help. Just kind of guessing. Have I got everything? Looks like it. Alright. Now, with a lack of depth perception, let's see if I can actually tip this in here and not on the floor. Looks to be pretty good. Yep, we didn't miss anything. That's good. So I think our cow manure is just there. We've got a lot of manure just here. So we'll get all this, well, not all of it, but we'll get a big chunk here. Should be able to probably fill the trailer, I think, based on the size of that pile, or at least get close to filling the trailer. There we go. Let's get another scoop. Another forkful. There we go, 1,200 litres. Now I'm going to move the trailer, make it less of a journey for each unloading. Let's cut down here. Oops. Oh no, I get wedged. Just about made it out. There we go. That was a little bit hairy there. Okay, let's bring our trailer up to there. Oh, excuse me. Right, back into the Fortis. Definitely speed things up a little bit, make things a little bit easier as well. Well, maybe we're not going to get a full trailer. That pile is going down quite quickly, but we'll certainly get close if we don't actually manage to fill it. I think we might just manage to fill the trailer. It is going to be pretty close. And at some point, I am going to be trying farming sim with my G29. I've had a very quick go with the wheel on F1 2017, and oof, I tell you what, for someone who's never used a modern steering wheel, it's a hell of a shock. You know, force feedback has caught me completely unprepared, and it's very, very strong. It was just such an alien experience to me. I mean, I haven't owned a wheel for a good 20 years. I had, I forget the brand, it's been so long, but I had a steering wheel with a built-in sort of click shift lever for a gear stick, and it had some pedals as well back on my PlayStation 1, and I used it to play the original TOCA Racing, the very first one, which I don't know if it was ever made available outside of the UK and Europe. I don't know if the North American market ever saw that. Oh, is that a full trailer? It is. Fantastic. Actually, I'm talking about taking this up with the AgroStart. I'm going to need to unload it again at the other end, so There's no point taking both tractors up there. Let's just park this one back up again. So yeah, I had this wheel for my PlayStation 1. I used to play TOCA, which was, you know, the British Touring Car Championship. And I used to also play Colin McRae Rally on that, the original Codemasters rally game. That was epic. It was a fantastic rally game. And with the wheel, it was just a great experience. And then I never replaced the wheel when I got a PS2, because it was only compatible with PS1. It wasn't PS2 compatible. I never got another wheel for the PS2. I never got one for my PS3. You know, I often toyed with the idea of maybe getting a G27, but I don't think they were compatible. And there was the Gran Turismo wheel. I think that was a Logitech wheel. I'm not 100% certain, but I don't think it was the G27. But there was a wheel that was designed specifically for Gran Turismo, which was a really nice wheel, but horrendously expensive at the time. I just had no money, couldn't afford it. And when I say horrendously expensive, not the price of a G29. A G29 these days, you know, you're talking, at least in the UK, a recommended retail price. And I say recommended because you rarely ever see it that expensive, but a recommended retail price of 300 quid, which is very pricey when you consider that it's sort of $1.3, $1.4 to the pound. So you're talking, what, 400 and something. Probably talking around about $410, $420 in the States. Very, very expensive indeed. Yeah, way more expensive than it should be. But most places will tend to sell it somewhere between £200 and £300. So I picked mine up on Amazon on Black Friday for 130, brand new. Wheel and pedal set, not the shifter. The shifter is sold separately, and I didn't really want to spend another 30 quid on a shifter I didn't think I'd be using really all that much, so I never bothered with it. Oh Christ, I didn't think about height clearance. Alright, we're gonna need... Can I even bring this thing down? I think I may have to reset the trailer. I mean, it's empty, which is a good thing, but yeah, that thing's wedged, it's jammed. Oh, that's not good. And it won't move. It's completely wedged in there. Ah, god damn it. So anyway, yeah, I bought the wheel for 130 quid, expecting only really to use it with Formula 1 and maybe, depending on how I got on, maybe with F1, with Farming Sim as well. And of course, you know, since then it's been announced that Spin Tires is getting a wheel support patch for consoles, which is great news. So glad about that. So that's an extra game that I can try it on, but I just haven't had the chance really to sit down and have a proper go with the wheel yet. I don't really have a proper place to mount the wheel. I kind of co-opted a little bedside table to try it out with, and it's not really the most practical thing. A little bedside drawer unit, took the drawers out, mounted it on the top, and then put the pedal inside where the drawers should have been. It's not really that practical, and my god, did it nearly shake that thing to pieces with the force feedback on full. So I had to really kind of dial it right down so it didn't rattle the thing to pieces, and also, you know, make too much noise through the floor for the guy living below me. But yeah, at some point I am going to try Farming Sim using the wheel, see just what kind of an experience that's going to be. Actually looking forward to that. I think that could be quite a lot of fun. So our manure is there. We are definitely going to have an issue tipping our manure there. Maybe a side tip would work in there, but again, it's going to tip quite wide, quite high. I don't know if that would work. I suppose it might do. We might be able to get away with side tipping. Let's turn the help window on. Let's configure the trailer for a side tip. I want it to tip right. No. Tip left. There we go. I don't know whether that's going to stay like that. Once I reload the game, it may reset it back to default. We'll have to check that. But yeah, that'll be potentially quite useful. Tipping left. Let's pack our trailer in. There we go. And we'll put our fork away. We'll switch out for the bale spikes and we'll go and sell some bales. There we go. So those dropped off. Let's fold the spikes up. And where are the bales? Round by the BGA. Take the wide path and cut through that bunker. There we go. So, oh, we've got 4 silage bales. I don't want to sell all of them. I want to keep 2 so I can actually make some more TMR. So we'll sell the top 2. There we go. And BGA from here. I don't think I can get through this way without going through the grass. I don't really want to drive and flatten the grass while it's growing back, so we'll take the path instead. Just got to be careful I don't shake the bales off the forks. Slowly ease our way through here. It's going to be a bit of a bumpy road along here as well, but then we'll hit the cobbles. It'll be nice and smooth and should hopefully be pretty smooth all the way up to the PGA. So it's just over there. You can just see it there, the other side of the wing mirror. So make our way around here. So it should get 980 per bale for these 2 silage bales. I don't know if they'll both fit at the same time. Should do. Yes, they will. And there we go. So we need another 860 euros to be able to afford another tree. So I think that's going to be more than just 2 straw bales. Might be worth taking a few down with the trailer, the bale trailer, or bale stacker. So let's break that out of the cupboard. Is the baler in the way? Yes, the baler is in the way. We'll have to move that. Baler's a bit dirty. We could probably do it giving that a quick clean, actually. Let's get that mud taken off it. go. Let's back it into this corner here. That's a little bit too severe. Trying not to bang into the side of the shed or the door where I can get away with it. Alright, is that enough of a gap? Ooh, not really. Let's try repositioning that again. What am I catching? Oh, it's my wheel, isn't it? There we go. That'll do. Can I get out? That's the next question. There we go. Just about. Hook up to our trailer. Let's make our way over to the bales. It's starting to get dark already. But all of our fields are done, so we literally just have to wait for them to grow now. You can see the grass is starting to thicken up a bit, which is quite good. And let's drop that down. Now I don't know, I don't think the trailer's going to work without us being attached to it, but we can at least put the bales in the right place. Check on our cows as well, see if they're ready for that straw bale. So I didn't let me grab one. That's a bit frustrating. Yeah, I haven't thought this out very well. Christ. Oh dear. Really did not think that one through. Alright, let's do this in the first person so I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Or third person, sorry. Let's fold the bale spikes up again. I have an idea. As long as I can get in enough, it'll work. Question is whether I can get in enough. I need to raise these up a bit. No, I can't get close enough. Okay. I'll squash those two bales out of shape and position. Never mind. There we go. Should have just done that the first time. Would have been a lot easier. So I think I should get around $200 to $300 per bale, 200 to 300 euros. So 4 bales should be enough. Should. I'm not saying it will be, but I'm hoping it will be. All right, let's fold that up. Let's go off to the BGA. And you know what? This time I am going to shortcut across the grass. Screw it. Wasted a little bit of time over here, so we'll take the shortcut. I'll just drive along the edge so we're not cutting on through it too much. So check my bales through here, how many I've got. 2 grass, 2 hay, okay. I think with all the faffing around, it would have been easier to just grab these bales 2 at a time and drive them around. Still, we have the equipment, we might as well use it. There we go. So let's fold the trailer up. that there to continue going through its little cycle. Squeeze our way past. Oops, don't mean to do that. There we go. So, please, $2.95 per bale. $1.64. Oh, way off. Okay, so these won't give us enough. We're going to need at least one more bale. Oh, dear. What are we up to? 4,837. So yeah, one more bale. One more bale will be enough. Let's take the trailer back. We'll grab 2 bales because we should be able to give one to our cows now, I think. Yeah, I think we can get one in for our cows. We need to tidy up after them again. Yeah, they're getting dirty. You have to kind of, you know, look after them first thing in the morning and then again towards the end of the day as well. Otherwise their cleanliness gets so low that it starts to have a negative impact on their productivity. Let's go this way. This time, actually no, I probably should have gone that way this time so I can actually put this straight back in the shed. Never mind. Let's get the lights on because it's getting a bit dark. A little bit hard to see. Very bumpy roller coaster following these paths up and down these little peaks and troughs. Got caught. Damn it. Oh, come on. I can squeeze myself free, can I? Yes, there we go. Right. That was clunky and clumsy. Unfortunately, that's all too frequent an occurrence. Right, so I want 2 bales. One to go and sell, one to feed to the cows. Trying to remember where I give the cow straw. I think it's... Where do I give the cow straw? I think it's over here by the food trough, but I might be wrong. Let me have a look in here. Maybe it's in here. Maybe this is where we actually do give them straw. I don't think I've actually done straw for the cows at all yet. I think that's still the original straw that we had. Again, it's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've been on this map, so I honestly can't remember everything. Let's just grab this one here. There we go. So let's open this door here and see if we can actually drop it in that marked zone inside here. If we can, we know we have found the straw zone. Yes, there we go. It's disappeared. We have the straw zone. Excellent. I'll leave that door open because we're going to be back to clean up there in a moment. Now we can take this one and go and sell it. We'll shuffle our way around this way. No. What's going on with my driving today? It's terrible. And now I just rolled over that bale as opposed to spiking it. There we go. Am I spiked, or is it just kind of balancing between the spikes? I think I spiked it. Yeah, this one dropped in, and this should hopefully give us everything that we need. We may be $1 or $2 short, but if that's the case, we are missing just a couple of euros. We can comfortably wait till 8 o'clock. Oh, look at that, we're just enough by 1. So let's place that now quickly before we before we lose that little advantage that we've got. So there's our original apple tree. Place another one sort of next to it. Let's try to position this nicely so we've got good spacing. Yeah, that'll do. That's about right. Let's give it a little twist. There we go. We have €1. We are loaded. But, you know, we will have €80 granted to us now instead of 40 when it turns to 8 o'clock, as long as we get water and manure on that thing in time. So let's go swap the bale spikes back over for the manure fork, make our way back over. I'm going to need the water trailer. Where did I leave the water trailer? Did I put it back with the cows? I think I put it back with the cows. I need to put that away as well. You know what? Instead of using the manure fork, I'm just going to use a bucket this time. There we go. Because then I can use the same bucket to tidy up when I get back. And I have to swap the tool over. So let's go find our water trailer, which I think I put back around here. Yes, I did. Oh, no, that was not clever. See what, my driving is just terrible today. Really don't know why. I'm a little tired, that's probably why. Let's see if I can nudge this round with the bucket. There we go, look at that. Hopefully I can get that little bit of grass in the trough as well. Yes, there we go. Seeing as I was there. Now ideally I would like another water trailer, one that we can leave up by the orchard. We don't have the funds to be able to do that just yet. Nothing's coming, good. Nice wide turn, there we go. We are running out of time. I have to be quick. Raise this up so I can get around that corner without catching it on the fence. There we go. Right, let's quickly drop a load of water on it. A little bit of a mad dash, mad scramble. I managed to scoop exactly 1,000. How cool is that? Completely unplanned, just went in there and boom, there's 1,000. Oh, look at that, just in time. So we should get €80 now, any second now when the clock changes. And there we go. €80. Fantastic. So, all that's left to do now is to sort of... yeah, I'm going to leave this up here. It's going to be a little while till we need to water our animals again. It looks like I've got manure still in the bucket, even though I don't. That's a bit weird. So we'll leave the trailer just there. Why does that think I've still got manure in there? Who knows? No, it's definitely not. Maybe there was just the tiniest fraction in there, like half a litre or something. Very odd. All that's left to do now is literally just tidy up after the animals and put some equipment away. So I'm going to end the episode just here. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some harvesting action next time out on Deutz Fahrm. See you soon.